I've been relying on cutting up clips from my last Abandoned Hope stream for patrons to keep content going up on this channel, and that's not really fair to patrons since it isn't really new to them. So I figure I'd better make something original for this channel. Lately, I've been hard at work on a sequel to my NSFW comic, Going Ham, that I published back in May or so of this year. The sequel is longer and even more perverted because I'm dissatisfied with the results from the first one. Now, don't get me wrong, sales were okay, but I was hoping for some kind of goddamn backlash. I wanted some lectures from prudes about how fucking sick I am, and I didn't get any. So this time around, I'm going harder, I'm going meaner. That won't be out for a few months, though. So while that's being drawn, I really need to finish up my novel, Sexbot Uprising. I've been working on for the last, I don't even know how long, 3 years now, something like that. Granted, when I say working on, what I really mean is that I write 20,000 words in a fever burst and then don't look at it for months at a time. I think I could probably finish the first draft with a few more consecutive bursts, but then the revision process begins, and that's always been more fun for me anyway. One more personal thing before we move on to the actual topic of this video. I am back on Adderall. I'm adjusting to it. It's wreaked a bit of havoc with my sleep schedule, but I have been more productive when I put my nose to the grindstone and focus on a project, hence why I was able to write 98 pages of smut in the form of the upcoming sequel to this thing. The original, by the way, is for sale for $5. It's you can find a link to my pinned tweet on my Twitter. Sorry, I mean pinned post on my X, pinned X on my X, or whatever the hell nonsense Twitter is called this week. I don't know. But you can go there. You can find the link. You can buy the smut. It's good. I can't link it directly on YouTube, but it can be linked on my Twitter. So there you go. So what I'd like to talk about today, I'd like to talk about all this recent drama between Anna KASPARIAN of TYT and Vaush of Vaush. My personal feelings about these two is I hate Anna. I think she's an uptight nitwit who puts her ego above any and all other considerations. And, you know, when a guy named The Amazing Atheist is telling you that your ego is too big, you might want to, I don't know, come back to earth. Vaush, I like. That being said, I'm not really feeling Vaush's vote blue no matter who because all Republicans are fascists rhetoric this time around. I did the harm reduction vote for Biden in 2020, and I've yet to feel like Biden has done much to make me feel like that vote was justified. So this time around, I just don't care enough to, you know, plug my nose and vote for him. I'm probably going to vote for a third-party candidate, but I won't bother encouraging others to do likewise because I honestly don't really care enough. I think we spend far too much energy on national politics when the country is probably far more shaped by who's on your local city council or school board or whatever. I would love to see the left hyper-focus on these local elections with even a fraction of the fervor they put into arguing about lesser of two evils votes on the national stage. I just feel like continuing to vote for a Democratic Party that wins elections solely on the strength of being less openly evil than their opposition only cements that they don't really need to do anything for us. I would happily vote for a politician with a D next to their name if they would fight for things like, I don't know, minimum wage increase, universal health care, something like that. And when I say fight for, I don't mean like, oh, I said I would on the campaign trail and then I put it to a vote and then I just went, oh, well, didn't work. I'm talking about tireless, nonstop effort. All right. So on the issue of party politics, I think I'm probably more on Anna's side than Vaush's at this point. I'm not really sure because I can't stand to watch her long enough to know what her side is. But regardless, I like Vaush better. I think he's smarter, more interesting, more attractive, just an all-around more pleasant person to listen to. But I really hate how hardline his vote Biden stance is. I get wanting to stop the Republicans, but it seems kind of short-sighted to me to think that stopping them at all costs is the best strategy to pursue, because in the long term, I feel like showing Democrats that the left will vote for them just to stop Republicans makes our vote a sure thing, and thus removes any incentive for them to pursue any aspect of a leftist agenda. But that's all just context. Let's look at some of the acrimonious drama stuff that has transpired between these two. I don't like organizing stuff into any sort of order, so let's just randomly look at some shots fired and talk about them. Let's start with this clip of Anna and Jank calling Vaush trash on their show a few days ago. It's a cute little clip. I'm just going to play the whole thing in its entirety, then I'll react to it.
Listen, I think Vaush is trash, okay? And if you actually genuinely do watch Vaush on a regular basis, you also know he's trash. And yes, Vaush, I think you're garbage. I think you're trash. Found a lot of interesting things about what you had to say about the transgender community. Tried to scrub the internet of those videos. I found them. Really curious why you thought it was okay to say the kinds of things about them that you did, including the fact that you think that they have mental illness, they're struggling with mental illness, that's what this is about, they're the most toxic people on the internet. I've got the receipts. I'm ready to show them. But calling me a bitch turf because I just don't think that it's, you know, politically advantageous to refer to women as birthing people or people with a uterus, that's terrible. I can't do that. But you can say some of the most disgusting things about the transgender community and then pretend like you have the moral high ground? You're garbage, Vaush. I don't respect you, which is why I don't want to talk to you.
Look, guys, the thing I can't stand is when people say crazy, horrible things about us and they go, why are you grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me?
Attention, he wants it so bad. Congratulations, Vaush. You got the attention you so desperately want. You're trash. That's what I think of you.
It's like, well, I'm just calling you guys the R word and stuff, but why are you attacking me? Okay, so guys, it's not just about Vaush. To all the criers out there who say horrible, horrible things about us, and then when we tweak you back, I don't need your stupid tears. Go away, okay? So fine, what am I gonna, look, I'm willing to talk to almost anybody. So you want to debate, what are we gonna debate? What are we gonna debate? Your positions are not consistent. So am I debating the Vaush that hates trans people or the Vaush pretending to love trans people? I don't know who I'm debating.
What's hot right now online?
Okay, where's the money? Where's the money?
Yeah.
Oh, have I got you to talk about me? Have I got into your algorithm loop? Yahoo! Guys, there's a literal cottage industry of people being paid, but through the views, etc., to attack us and then pretend that they're not.
Like they're trash, exactly.
You're trash! You're trash! She sounds like such a Karen to me in this clip. Cenk, I think, is trying to be more moderate here. You can really tell he kind of wants zero part of this. This is an all-out Anna crusade because she can't stand her little ego being attacked. This was pointed to on Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter, X. When someone pointed out to Anna that while she claims Vaush is too trash to talk to, she's had, face-to-face sit-downs with Ben Shapiro, who is not just trash, but is in fact heinous, subhuman, garbage, scum, excrement, filth that doesn't deserve to live on this earth. And her response to that is like, unlike Vaush, Shapiro never called me retarded or a bitch over disagreements. That's how big boys who don't snort addies during unhinged streams act. I don't know anyone a conversation or debate, but I especially have no interest in antisocial creeps like Vaush. Simple. So this is something I've pointed out about Anna before. Go watch my previous videos about her. You'll hear me say it. It's all about her. Doesn't matter one whit to her that Ben Shapiro is an odious right-wing grifter who peddles the talking points of the fracking industry and pushes for a theocratic fascist state because he's civil. He's nice to me, though, because he never called me a retarded bitch, which, for the record, she is. She even admits as much. Well, she doesn't admit to being a retarded bitch, but she admits that she's just all about herself because when someone replied to her tweet with lol, all someone has to do is stroke your ego and you'll work with them. That's what you're saying. She doesn't even try to backpedal. She just says, that's fucking right. Okay, Anna. I mean, admirable that you speak the truth. Sincerely. I really sincerely mean that. I'm glad that you're not full of shit on this. I'm glad that you fucking put your real self forward authentically. But here's my question for you. A question I fully expect you to never answer, but I'm going to advance it nonetheless. If you admit that your politics are essentially devoid of concern for anyone but yourself, why should anyone else be interested in them? Because to my way of thinking, if someone's political positions begin and end within the confines of their own massive, overgrown ego, then who gives a rat's ass what that person has to say? And you gotta love Adam from Your Movie Sucks chiming in here, by the way, that this is the weirdest hill he's ever seen anyone die on. Vaush's response to her tweet is also kind of funny. He says, Anna is now insinuating I'm a drug addict because she's so terrified of me that in her mind I am beginning to take the form of the thing she fears most, a homeless person. For those who don't know, one of the first things that Anna KASPARIAN showed her true colors on was homelessness. She essentially seems to see homeless people as some sort of revolting subhuman creatures that are just in her way as she tries to go into whatever high-end boutique she, spends her TYT grift money on. Vaush has said some more stuff on his streams, but I don't feel like parsing through it all because that boy can blab for a million years on any given subject. So I think this tweet, this X post, this X-a-long-a-ding-a-dong, dung-dong-boom-a-da-bomb, whatever the fuck you want to call it, will have to be enough from his side. So where do I stand on all this? I think Anna KASPARIAN, if she's willing to sit down with vermin like Ben Shapiro, it doesn't really make sense to refuse to sit down with Vaush because he's just trash. You've already proven you're willing to talk to way worse trash. And especially since, she sat down with Vaush before. They sat down not even that long ago. But I also think that she's right when she says she does not owe Vaush a conversation or a debate, She can, as far as I'm concerned, she can refuse to talk to anyone for any reason, good or bad. Same is true for me or for anybody. I think that if you don't want to participate in a debate or a conversation, the only reason you need is I just don't feel like it. But honestly, if they were to sit down, I doubt I would even watch it. Sounds pretty boring to me. I might, watch a few little clips that get circulated around, but I doubt the discussion as a whole would be worth my while. Then again, I almost never find conversations like that all that interesting. But I do like these little snipes and pot shots on Twitter. Sorry, fucking X. Not Twitter, X. Ugh. Those are kind of fun, though. And if these two ever do sit down with one another, I hope they talk about homelessness and trans rights and not just about how the other person is a real piece of shit, because that would be very dull to me. A substantive debate peppered with such animosities would be kind of delicious, but a pure drama conversation would be nothing but the pepper. And to me, that's fundamentally unpleasant. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Love you all so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day.